Hey guys, Zoe here from OneGlanceTrader.com and welcome to part 8 of my trading journal, the RSI MTF EA. Now in this video I wanted to give a brief update on how version 1.1 has been going. Version 1.1, as you guys will know from part 7, has been live since Monday, and today is Wednesday evening inside the UK. So in those 3 days the account balance has gone up by just over 1%. I think when it was just going live it was on £1,115, and now it's on 1,127 with one open trade on the USDJPY, taking the equity just under £1,123. So overall, I've been pleasantly surprised in how the EA has reacted since going live over the past 3 days, and I haven't needed to get involved once from a discretionary perspective. However, this one's been open now for nearly a day. It is about, what's the time? 10. Yeah, it's like 10 to 11, so it's nearly been on for nearly been open now for a whole day. So we'll also have a look at that one as well, just to see if we need to get involved at this stage. So, like I said, been very happy, over 1% account growth, which I'm extremely pleased about. And at the moment, everything's going fairly much okay. As with anything for testing an EA, I really want this EA to get into trouble, like really bad trouble, so then I know the kind of flaws, and that's how I learned from version 1 about why I've made the change that I did. And for those of you who want to understand what this kind of EA is doing and how it works and what version 1 was looking at and what version 1.1 was looking at, go back and click the link below or on the top, and go watch the full playlist of this trading journey. I think it's been a good ride, and I think we've seen a lot of things of where, trades closing very quickly, trades not closing at all, opening secondary trades, me getting involved, discretionary, closing things out at break even. I think you see it all in the first 7 parts. So this is just the evolution, and I've learnt a lot about me as a trader doing this. So like I said, I've probably had to get involved a handful of times over the past where are we now? May, 2 months I think this has been running for. So I'm quite excited about how it is, and like I said, I'm learning a lot as well. And if this continues to keep going the way I think it's going to go in the next couple of months, I'll either launch a new version of it to see what else to do, or I'll put it on my live trading account, which again I'll show you guys live, and I'll record the journey of that one. So let's just have a quick look at some of the trades that have happened over the past few days. So look at the most recent one, GBPUSD, M5. Okay, so zoom in on here. So it's this trade over here, and it closed out within, let's have a look, see when it closed out, 1825, 1833, so around 13 minutes it took to close out this particular trade, which is great. And this is a good example actually of why I think that this is that this is a good version that I've created. So if I zoom back out, so you can see here that this is where the 5-minute and the 15-minute were oversold. And let me just check to see. This actually would have comfortably made 5 points. This trade would have been quite comfortable, but in version 1.1 we look at the MACD, and as soon as it sees the signal, it won't take the trade until this point over here, when the MACD has confirmed a trend change momentum to the upside. So that would have made it, and then we had another one over here, so it would have opened a second trade, and that would have comfortably made it as well. So in this example, it would have actually opened two trades and both trades would have been successful, where in this example it only opened one trade, which also was successful. So, it does swing in roundabouts, but if this pullback wasn't big enough, or this pullback wasn't big enough to go make the 5 points plus spread, then I would have held two trades here in drawdown, and I still would probably be in this trade because break even probably would be around here somewhere in between. So I might have got out at this point here, at break even, but I'm not going to hold qualms over it that I missed out on two trades as opposed to one, and this one closed out in 13 minutes. The next one is the Euro USD. Okay, so here's now probably a good example, maybe. Let's have a look. So we get the signal here. So the actual trade was taken here. The signal was here, and it would have gone, open the trade here. And as you can see here, it wouldn't have made it 5 points. I would have been in all of this drawdown, 10 points drawdown, and it still wouldn't have made it here. 4.5 points it would have been there. Where would it close down? 6.6. It might have closed down here, maybe. And it definitely would have made it over here. So somewhere in between these 2 points here, I would have been in this trade and all this drawdown. So you can also see that it opened the trade when the MACD crossed below the zero line over here. It went straight against me by 12, 13 points, and then eventually made it here. It's 5 points plus spread, and it's continuing to go down. It would have made more if this didn't hit its target. It definitely would have hit it here. So again, a bit of drawdown inside this one as well. However, I'm quite comfortable with that. Again, using the trend change here of the MACD. Next one is EURJPY. That one we talked about before. Okay, perfect. So EURJPY, again, signals here. Again, this is a great example here. Probably would have made this 5 points in this scenario. But again, it waits until the MACD crosses the zero line. 5 points of, where's it gone there? There it is. 5 points of drawdown or 2 points of drawdown, and then comfortably makes its 5 points plus spread there. And we'll look at one more. Let's have a look at the USDCHF actually. Looks like, when was that? Let's take off this for a second. When was this trade? The 7th of 5th, 19. Oh, here it is. Right over here. Okay, so there, this is actually an example that I was actually looking for. So opens the trade again, you get the down signal, opens the trade here, doesn't make its 5 points profit, so only makes 2.7. We were in 21 points of drawdown and eventually makes it around here somewhere. Whereas in this new version, it waits till it crosses over the zero line, 1 point of drawdown, and makes it fairly comfortably in 1945. So it's a bit longer than what it was here. So again, that gets out here. Yeah, so it takes about 45 minutes for it to from 1945 to 2030 for it to get out on there. But in terms of drawdown, we don't get any of this drawdown because the trend is so strong, as indicated by the MACD and as well as price action there. So, those are an example. Took the last example to find out one I wanted to show you, but I think overall, I think it's a much safer system and safer in terms of drawdown. So, which is why I think this is a great, a better improvement to the current system we had in version 1.0. So, let's have a look at this open drawdown USDJPY. Let's now what I'm going to do is actually put it on the hour chart. That's what I like to do. I just see what the bigger picture, I say bigger picture, is doing. I want to buy trade. Zoom in just a little bit here. As we can see, we are about 27 points from break even, and it is starting to now go a bit more against me than I would actually like. However, if I go back on the 5-minute, at this stage, I don't want to mess with it, and the reason why I don't want to mess with it is because we've got some divergence here. However, I think this is hidden divergence, where therefore it's actually indicating that the trend is going down. Is that right? I need to go away and just have a look at my chart and double check that. No, I think it is right. I think it is right. I think it is, bullish. Bullish diversion. So I think at this stage I don't want to mess with it at the moment. I want to try to do less discretionary stuff. So I'm going to leave it how it is. What I might do is debating whether or not to move it to break even or not. I'll wait till tomorrow, see where it's at in the morning, and if I need to make any changes, I will. But at this stage, I'm just going to leave it where it is, and not mess with it, and just let the system do its thing. So, like I said, I've got one open trade at the moment. I've not had this, probably the worst drawdown I've probably had since I've started the system on the Monday, and there's been some aggressive trends, as you guys have already seen. So, I'm fairly happy with it. Just over 1% return in the 3 days. So hopefully, if I'm not going to close out this trade or use some of the profit that I've gained over this week to close this out, worst case I'll move it to break even, and hopefully we can get zero drawdown by the end of this week. So like I said, thanks very much for watching this video, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next.